I'm gonna today show you how I make 2-ingredient dough for pizza. So it's gonna be fun. You need 1 cup of self-rising flour, but I don't buy self-rising flour. I make my own, so I'll show you how you can make your own self-rising flour. So 1 cup of flour, and you need 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. And then you need a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I just have kosher salt here. And then when I make pizza, I like to use garlic powder. I put in, this dough was gonna make 2 different pizzas. So I use about a teaspoon, of garlic powder for each pizza. So I'll put in 2 teaspoons, of baking or garlic powder. I don't know where my mind is. And then I normally use this. It's Flavor God Italian Zest seasoning, but as you can see, I'm empty. So I'm gonna use their everything but the salt seasoning. I love their seasonings. They're fabulous. They're really good. So if you want to try and check them out, go to flavorgod.com and order some seasonings. And they have some other good ones too, like garlic lovers. That one's empty too. So I'm going to use a tablespoon of this. And then I'm just going to mix it up to incorporate all of the seasonings into the flour. And then you're going to need non-fat Greek yogurt. I like Fage because it has a more neutral flavor to it. It doesn't have that quite tanginess like other Greek yogurts do. And you need a cup of this too. So 1 cup of self-rising flour and 1 cup of yogurt. So I'm just going to measure it in my cup here. See? Now when you mix this, you want to mix all of the flour into the yogurt. And it's going to look very crumbly, but that's the way you want it to look. I don't know if you can really see that good or not. I can't tell. So mix it up. Incorporate as much of the flour into the yogurt as you can, because it'll help the dough come together better. you can see how crumbly it looks, but that's the way you want it to look because it's gonna make the dough come together a lot easier than if you would just have a lot of flour left over in the bottom. So let me move you over here so you can see my cutting board. I'm going to flour the cutting board a little bit so it doesn't stick. And then I'm even going to flour my hands a little bit so it doesn't stick to my hands. It's not really very sticky, but that's the reason why you want to incorporate all the flour into the yogurt, because it's less sticky like that too. And now we're just going to knead all of this dough together for a couple minutes. It takes a couple minutes to get it all incorporated together, but don't worry, don't panic, because it will come together. It will be crumbly in the beginning, but the more you knead it, the more it'll come together. If you have pieces that fall off, I just kind of put them back in there and knead it back into the dough. A little bit sticky. See how it's coming together. The more you knead it, the better the dough will come out. So you might have to do this for a few minutes. It'll get sticky. See? It's coming out perfect. So I'm gonna shape it into roughly a ball, I would say. Get my little bench scraper. And I'm gonna cut it in half. I'm gonna put one to the side, and I'm just gonna work with this one. You can even knead it just a little bit more. When you start rolling it out, make sure you have flour on the dough or it'll stick to your rolling pin. And if it sticks a little bit, just add a little bit more flour to your dough so it doesn't stick. Side sticking a little bit. Just add a little bit more. And I already have some cookie sheets ready. All you have to do is just spray them with nonstick spray. And then I take, after I roll out my dough, I take it like this, roll it up over the rolling pin, and set it on the cookie sheet. And we're going to do the same thing all over again for the second one. If you get a little hole or something, don't worry. Just patch it back up together. It's very versatile dough. It'll be okay. So you're going to need a 400-degree oven, and I pre-bake these. Just the dough with no toppings on it for about 5 minutes. And then when they come out, I'll show you the rest. Here's what the dough looks like after it gets out of the oven. Ooh, got flour all over me. I make my own sauce, spaghetti sauce or pizza sauce. I just saute some onions, garlic, and some bell peppers for a little while, and then I use San Marzano crushed tomatoes and add it in after the onions and things become soft. And then I just add some kosher salt, some black pepper, crushed red pepper, and some oregano and basil, and some thyme, a little bit of thyme, and a little bit of parsley. And that's it. And then I can them into little mason jars. And it's 0 points. How could you go wrong? Oh, I didn't measure up my cheese yet. I then use Kraft fat-free mozzarella, and you can have 3 ounces for 1 point. And I do measure it out with my little scale. Shoot. Perfect. And you would think that fat-free cheese doesn't really taste good, but it really does. It melts really well, and 3 ounces is totally enough to cover this pizza. So. Doesn't look like it's going to be enough cheese, but trust me, it is. And I'm just going to put my little bit of onion. And a little bit of banana peppers this time. Sometimes I do jalapenos. But today, it's banana peppers, hot banana peppers. Oh, you got the other turkey, or the other pepperoni. And then today I have chicken andouille sausage. It's usually around 1 point per ounce. It might go a little bit over. I weighed this out, and it's about 2.3 ounces. Guess I should have put the pepperoni on first, but oh well. And I normally have Hormel turkey pepperoni. You really can't tell the difference between turkey pepperoni and regular pepperoni. And if you get the Hormel kind, you can use 14 pieces of pepperoni for only 1 point. So, can't go wrong. Today, this is a different kind. I'll have to look it up and see how many points it is. That's it. It's going to go into the oven at 400 degrees until the cheese gets melty and the dough gets a little crispy. So we'll show you what it looks like when we're done. Looks good. So I'm going to tell you the points for my pizza before I take it out of the oven. The dough is 5 points for half of it. The marinara sauce that I made is 0. Yay. The Kraft fat-free mozzarella for 3 ounces is 1 point. The andouille chicken sausage that I had is by Johnsonville. And I had 2 1/3 ounces, and it's 3 points for that. The turkey pepperoni is Bridgeford pepperoni turkey. And 9 pieces would be 1 point. So, but I use 11 slices, so that's 2 points. So my pizza, my personal pizza, that I can eat the whole thing for just 11 points. So let's turn it around so you can see the goodness. Ooh, Yeah, buddy. You want yours out too? Looks delicious, doesn't it? Look at that. Oh, 11 points for the whole thing. Yay! So I hope you guys can go make this at home. Use whatever toppings you want. Can't go wrong. And it's the best pizza ever. So enjoy. Yay!